We're back to self again. It's Monday. This is how shots of Shari go. So, how do you modulate yourself when life outside of you is coming at you? This is a really difficult week for me. This week begins. My parents are moving away tomorrow to Miami Beach full time. They've been splitting their time until now, and tomorrow's the big move to Miami. They will be coming back and forth, and it is only a 2.5 hour flight for me, but I've been in the same town with my parents my whole life, and I'm very, very close with them. So this is a real challenge for me to see them go and be left here, me and my kids. So going to be a tough week for me, and yet I have a lot of work to do. I have a lot of stuff to get on. There's a lot of change going on in my life, and I have to figure out where the line is for myself of pushing myself to a point of exhaustion, honoring the feelings that I'm having, yet also not throwing a pity party and climbing into bed for the week. So I'm using myself as a case study this week of how do we actually find that balance of being able to manage what we need to, not derail from the big things that we want to get done in our lives, but also respect that we're human and we feel things. So the way I'm going to be approaching this week is task by task. I have a lot on my plate, like I said, that I want to get done, but I need to be in the right state to get it done. So if I have content to create, if I have a masterclass to run, if I have my daily videos to work on, and I don't feel good enough to do it, then I'm not really showing up in the world how I want to, and I'm ignoring the fact that this is hurting me, and this is hard, and it's okay to slow down and figure out what you need in that moment. So I'm taking it easy this week. I'm going to be doing my yoga. I'm going to be taking more time for myself, making sure that I get my minimum done, and whatever else I feel like I can accomplish will feel like a win to me. Where on a regular week, that wouldn't feel great to me. I would beat myself up and say, come on, Shari, you have a lot to do. You can do all this. But if I push too hard, the rubber band snapback is going to send me backwards. And that's not the point of getting our dreams taken care of and accomplished by overwhelming ourselves. So that doesn't mean that I won't get it done. That doesn't mean that I'm not moving how I want to. It doesn't mean that something's wrong with how I do it. But by honoring what I feel in the moment, then I know I can choose from that to-do list in a much more respectful way. And that means that I can give what needs to feel and come up the space to do that, and I can also feel like I'm not sitting in my stuff. So, and it's a small distinction, but it's really about checking in with what you feel first, figuring out what you want to do first. And yes, there are always going to be things that we may not want to do. That list grows for everyone. But if you can sort the fact that it will move you forward even if you're not in the mood to do it, or maybe in an hour I'll be able to do it and the whole day won't be a wash, or I need to just sit down with a cup of tea for a few minutes and cry for a few minutes. That's okay for people to allow themselves to be. We're not meant to be machines. We're human beings. And so if you see my eyes a little red rimmed this week, it's because I'm sad. And that's okay. And that doesn't mean that I can't also get done what I need to do. So I hope that this was helpful, and I hope that seeing someone really in the middle of things helps, because I don't believe in faking a life. I don't believe in skimming things under a rug. I used to do it for a long time, and it got me very far away from who I want to be. So today's little tip is just go gentle on yourself with where you are, what's realistic for you in that moment, what's realistic for you in that day, that week, that month, and then give yourself the kudos of whatever you can get done in those small snippets being enough for right then. Have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow.